What's going on, guys? It's Jonathan here with another video today. I hope all of you guys are doing good. I know, like, earlier last week, just being inside is just, it's made me feel some type of way. A little bit unmotivated, a little bit of just like I want to go out and do normal life things, but obviously I'm doing my part in staying inside. Unfortunately, probably the next month or so, videos probably won't be very intuitive with, having a lot of BTS and B-roll and stuff like that that's outside doing stuff, just because we can't really go outside. I'm in the state of Florida right now. We literally just got our stay-in-home ordinance. I know other states and stuff like that had it way before us, but we finally just got ours. I think they were seeing all the spring breakers on the beach, and we're like, y'all need to stay in home. But in today's video, guys, we're gonna talk all about audio. I'm holding one of my favorite recorders right now, and we're actually gonna start with this recorder. This video is gonna really just touch on how I am recording all of my audio on a wedding day, and then in a later video I want to discuss kind of how I am incorporating it into the story edit, and kind of what I'm doing and what I'm looking for from the audio of the day, like the dialogue and things, to help tell the story of the couple. That's kind of how I have this mic pretty awkwardly close. I think it kind of made sense to have the mic in frame in this video. But let's hop right into the video, guys, and we're just gonna go pretty much device by device and just kind of break everything down from there. Alright, so the first recorder we're gonna talk about today is my workhorse. It's the DR40X. I just want to go over a few features in this and kind of why I love it, and why I think it's a great recorder for weddings. There's obviously a few better ones that other filmmakers use. This is just the one that I've purchased and I've loved since the day I purchased it. So it runs off a normal size SD card, and basically what I love about this is you have two places you can plug it into, your left and your right channel. You can record up to 4 tracks on this at a time, and I'm going to tell you why that's possible. So basically, each channel can record two tracks. So the first one will be at your normal set audio level, which you can set on the side, and it will record whatever you set it to. So if your levels are peaking up to -6, awesome. And you will also get a secondary track that is 12 dBs lower. So you'll get, a -18 dB track, saving you if somebody is at this volume and then screams really loud like this. So I utilize that a lot. I always try to make sure I'm hitting on my original track and not just being like, okay, I know I got the -12 dB track, I can just plug in and click record. I never really do that because DJs sometimes, I feel like some of them are cranking volume and some of them just don't really know how to equalize sometimes. And I think for me, I'm always just setting it on the side first and just making sure that -12 dB track is if just somebody screams or something. Another really small little feature I love here is that there's a little button on the side that says peak. And basically when you are peaking, it'll just light up. And I love that because you can just walk up to it and see it and instantly know, okay, turn down really quick and efficiently. And guys, honestly, what I also love about this is that it does the same sort of 15-minute cutoff. So if a ceremony is really long, it'll split up the tracks in 15 minutes. You can name the tracks. So I just have them named mixer because usually it's plugged into the mixer. I take this recorder and I take an XLR female to male just because it makes it obviously a little bit longer. I don't like the long cables. I just use this little foot cable. But basically, I plug this into preferably the speaker because I know I'll get every single thing that is being projected to the audience. I just always make sure I remind my DJ, go DJ. I always just make sure to remind the DJ, hey, during the speeches, can you do you play any sort of piano instrumental or something like that? Don't do that because if you really want to, I just have to plug into the receiver of the mic because I don't want that piano track to be interfering with the music track that I use on the wedding. It's just going to be too difficult to do that. Another really cool feature that I do love about this sometimes that I use is I will plug into both and I'll have one going into the speaker and then one going into the receiver. Sometimes that's just kind of if I feel a little bit iffy on the DJ, but a lot of times I'm going straight out of speaker for ceremony and receptions for this, guys, and it's never disappointing me. When I've hit the levels properly around -10 or 12, it's always coming out really, really high quality, and I usually will boost it up to -6 or something like that. But yeah, guys, DR40X, great option here. All right, so the second recorder that is on people all day is my DRTells. The DRTells are same company, Tascam. They have a lot of the same features. So you're going to get that same -12 dB track. You are going to get the auto set on the gain levels for this guy here. So it's amazing because you can basically just if you point these lavalier mics on a jacket, on a lapel or something upward towards the groom, it's going to set his levels automatically. These lapels that come with these, I think these are like $100 by themselves. The recorder itself, this together, is like $195. All the links will be in the description, guys. But honestly, the quality of audio I've gotten from these have been amazing. I use them for myself for like YouTube videos all the time. But the little tip thing in here has like a, I don't want to call it like a little windscreen, but it's kind of like a little windscreen. And I just find that I never have a problem with these. I love that it has this little feature where you plug it in here and you can spin it and tighten it. So this thing isn't going anywhere and I never have to worry about it. I also always use the hold feature. So basically whenever I set and record it, I will lock it into the hold feature. And that way, if somebody's like, oh, what do these buttons do? They don't change anything and they don't mess anything up. And again, guys, you're getting the same negative 12 dB track. You're getting auto set on the gain levels. And the battery time, if you're using a full like rechargeable battery, which is what I always use, is so good. With a 32 gigabyte card, it's going to last you like 2 or 3 hours, which I never really worry about it with the groom or with the bride, because for me, I mic the bride up using the white DR10L, and it's tedious to, you know, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. So if she's getting her dress on, like I would say an hour before ceremony, with a fresh battery, a fresh SD card, you're good. You don't have to worry until after the ceremony. A lot of times it'll go sometimes towards, you know, the reception when she finally is ready and has a minute to take it off. But really love these recorders, guys. You will not be disappointed with them. They have a really nice hard clip here. The hold feature is amazing. You can plug headphones into this, same with the DR40X, to listen to your track back and see if the volumes are appropriate. But I never have had a problem with these dying on me, nothing. I absolutely love these recorders. I think everybody that uses them loves them, and I would suggest them for you guys for your weddings as well. Okay, guys, so the mic's awkwardly close, obviously, but I want to show you this recorder right here. This is the DR10X, is that what it's called? Yeah, 10X. Basically, it's the 10 DR10L, just in the, an XLR version. So basically, it just has an XLR plug that can go, I think that's a female XLR, and I use this for a lot of stuff. Primarily I use it for all my podcasting, but it's also my backup for weddings too. It's way easier to set up than the DR40X. Like, I don't even have to set the gain levels, but with that, you can't really trust it as much because you can have, again, a DJ that's blasting volumes through the mixer or something like that. I don't really know a crazy amount about that stuff, but sometimes even the negative 12 dB track will be literally peaking like insanely, and it's completely unusable. And the dynamic range in it is not nearly as good enough as, you know, obviously if you were doing your own board or something like that. But it's a good backup source. So I usually will always plug this in no matter what. And then if I have a minute or two, I'm going to plug this guy in too, because why not? You know, another speaker, another backup, another thing to have a safeguard on the wedding day. Same exact features as the DR10L, guys, with the 15-minute tracks, you know, the dual recording, stuff like that. It's amazing. I love it. I've used it for a while solely without the DR10X, but I ran into situations, like I told you, where, you know, you don't have the flexibility of, you know, being able to make sure everything is perfect with the audio levels. All right, so the last thing I want to show you for as far as audio goes is actually just my on-camera mic. I use the VideoMicro. Let me see if I can get. So it's just a little shotgun mic with a little shock absorber. This thing is what is it called? Omnidirectional. So it'll receive mic or inputs from all around it, except from the back, obviously. So if it's on my camera and I'm pointing at the bride or groom and they say something like that, it'll always get that audio, and it'll capture it way better quality than the camera would, obviously. And this is pretty much on my gimbal off to the side. I usually use a longer cord for it just because it's kind of hard to wrap around and stuff when it's like stretched out. But yeah, I just plug this into the camera, have it like off to the side on my handle on the gimbal. That way, at least I can get a little better scratch audio from throughout the day while I'm filming like groom prep and bride prep and stuff like that. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I just wanted to go over like a last little pro tip. I have a little bag of goodies here. It's just a bunch of cables, possible cables that could be used from the DJ's board. So my most common two are the quarter thread and then just the XLR to XLR, just because I'm usually going from a speaker. But every time I go to a wedding and a DJ says, oh, do you have this? And I don't have it, and I'm just having to figure out a different situation, I will always write down that cord and just buy it. You know, it's $5 or $6, just in case you run into a situation where the DJ's like, hey, do you have 48-inch 2/3? I don't think that's an actual cord, but if he did say it, buy it, because you never know. The next DJ that asks that, it'll be nice to be able to just be like, oh yeah, dude, I got 48 inch 2/3 right here. You know, and just whip it out and you're ready to go. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Hang in there, try to figure out fun things to do while you're indoors. I'm just basically catching up on a lot of my editing and a lot of work. I would say maybe do the same, or maybe even work on your website, try to work on other things in the back end of your business that can help you when all this is said and done, which is hopefully sooner than later. Be sure to like this video, guys, subscribe for more videos in the future, and head over to my Instagram. I'm trying to post there way more often. Every video I think I'm gonna get better. I just don't. But thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next video.